Well, hello everyone, Texie88 here and welcome to another review. And now I'm taking a look at Ninja Scooter Simulator, which came out courtesy of Silverbird Software in 1988. And I have to admit I'm a little bit worried about this because earlier on in this review slew I did a review of a rather poor title called BMX Ninja. And one of the biggest problems before that game even started was how you can mix the BMX craze with the Ninja craze and come up with anything even remotely cohesive. And I get the nasty feeling that Ninja Scooter Simulator will have much the same complaint forwarded at it. And according to the instructions, whiz through the night on your dream scooter, jumping and dodging the grates that could slow your progress and also the holes and walls that'll slam you out. Use the ramps to make leaps and pull some rad ninja stunts. You've got to beat the clock to beat the rest, so don't hang around. Ninja Scooter's the best. I'm sure it is. Oh dear. I'm really scared. I'm really scared that this is going to turn out as nonsensical as BMX Ninja. Up, down, left, right, jump. And you can have one or two players by the looks of things. Okay. Oh God. How am I meant to see anything? Oh. Rad. What? I just went straight through that. So this is... yeah, it's bizarre. Okay. Okay, I didn't quite do that trick very well, did I? Press fire in the air and left for mid-air rotate. Let's try that. Don't know how to do. Okay. One thing I'm not liking about this is that you can't see far enough ahead of you. So it's very... so if you've never seen a particular course before, then you're going to have a real... Ooh, rad. What? I didn't even touch that. I'm sure I cleared that wall. Yeah. Right. I haven't managed to get the mid-air rotate to work, and what? I hit that. Oh God. Okay, we've got skeletons on skateboards now. I'm sorry, I just cannot get the the rotating in the air to work. Oh, God. Bouncing skulls. What? How are you meant to get enough speed to go over that when there's a... Oh, seriously, how are you meant to get through that? Yeah, I suppose it's fun in short bursts, but it's starting to get a bit tiresome and irritating now. See, look at this. Oh, God. You don't get enough time to react to anything. You're too close to the right-hand edge of the screen. Well, you're not right next to the right-hand edge of the screen, but still too close to it to realistically stand a chance of being able to react properly. Rad. See, and when you restart, it doesn't put you in a place where you're not right in front of a wall. And I'm still struggling to get... I really can't get the mid-air rotate to work. It just won't work at all. Oh, no, yeah, got it. So how come I couldn't get it to work before? Oh, God. Okay, looks like I got arrested by the police on the London Underground by the looks of things. Yeah. Well, it's definitely better than BMX Ninja, but then that probably wasn't too much of a tall order. Even though it was originally a budget title going for £1.99, I still find the game far too irritating to be particularly enjoyable. I mean, it's not awful, not far from it. I've played far worse, but the main problem is that when you're going at full pelt, you're too close to the right. You're so close. You sort of edge forward to the right until you're about in the middle of the screen. That gives you little to no time to react to the things that are hurtling towards you. And for some reason, I had real difficulty trying to pull off the mid-air rotation. I only managed to do it that one time, that whole time, even though I was certain I was following the instructions to the letter. I could only get it to work that very one time. But I still have... But one complaint about this that I do have, which I also had about BMX Ninja, and you can probably guess what it is. What the hell does any of that have to do with ninjas? Nothing is the answer to that. It's yet another thing that's cashing in on the ninja craze that was prevalent throughout much of that decade. I mean, you only got to look at the films that were released during the 1980s to know that there was a pretty big ninja craze going on at the time. And so, by chucking the word ninja into some title, even a totally irrelevant one like this one, it garnered additional attention just because it had the word ninja in the title. But as with BMX Ninja, there's precious little to do with ninja activity in the game. There's no stealth, there's no martial arts, there's no real mission either. So graphics are okay, largely monochrome in the playing area for obvious reasons. Scrolling smooth. And there's some pretty nice backgrounds. Sometimes the holes are a little, or I suppose they're supposed to be great, a little bit hard to see because they're not wildly different to the regular squares. I mean, when you look at stills, they look very different, but when you're motoring along, they're a little bit hard to differentiate in time by the time you've hit one and fallen off. So that's not ideal. The sounds are okay, but then it's a 48K Spectrum game, so I'm not really gonna be overly critical. Anyone who's familiar with the 48K Spectrum knows that it had some pretty limited sound capabilities, so I'm not going to be too scathing of its rather beepy sound. It's not unpleasant, and it's still better than Deathly Silence. Gameplay, though, well, as I said, the gaps, the holes, and the regular tiles on the ground are a little bit hard to tell apart quickly enough, particularly when you're really motoring along, and you do have a time limit, so you can't exactly just go slow all the time to get around that problem, especially if you won't be able to do any rad ninja skills when you in the jumps if you're going too slowly. And it also doesn't help when you crash and you sort of come to a halt right in front of a wall, and it gets standing on your scooter right where you fell off, which means you've got no chance of avoiding the wall, so you end up crashing and losing more precious time again. And as you saw, you've got the police on your tail, and yeah, it's one of those things that's perhaps enjoyable in short bursts, especially with two players, but it's only going to be a matter of time before you get fed up. It's only going to be a very short time before you get fed up with it and probably never play it again. There's just, even for a budget title, there's just not enough to it. It's just a silly game that slung the word ninja in its title to help garner it more attention than it might otherwise have done. So I'm going to give Ninja Scooter Simulator on the Spectrum 3 out of 10. It's a ridiculous premise to start with, and it gets boring very quickly, and even at £1.99, there were plenty of other titles, but some of which were budget re-releases of classic games that were far more deserving of your wad than Ninja Scooter Simulator. So hope you enjoyed that review. Catch you on another one soon. Texie88 out.